And we are live, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome to another live stream where I answer your questions about cell phone plans, cell phone deals, and honestly anything else you have in mind. I appreciate your patience. I was literally just on the phone with Trump Mobile, and I have exciting news. You will not believe it, but I rescued the phone number. The phone number I originally ported from Tello over to Trump Mobile. It was gone during the Trump Mobile video. Today, I'm excited to share I got it back, and I cannot wait to share the full video with you all. But before that, we've got to dive in. So many friendly faces here in the chat, and I got to welcome all of you here. First, Travis, welcome. Great to see you in the chat. We've got Voodoo1013. We've got Scott here. Great to see you, Scott. Big Tank, hello, hello. VGraphs is here. Nick is here. Welcome. We've got Ruby, Luke, Said, Elizar, welcome. Hopefully I said that correctly. Little Mikey, welcome. We've got me in the chat being 2 minutes late, so I appreciate your patience. Oh my gosh, so many people here. So exciting to see you all. Fizz Kang, Jonathan, Lola Loud 125, Ricardo Torres, what is up? Stetson, what is up, Ricardo? Great to see you here. Gregory, Jeremy, so excellent to see you all here in the chat today. I think we've got a good stream. We've got some exciting things to talk about. We have new cricket plans. We have exciting developments for the Coverage Map app. We've got already some super chats here. So let's kick it off. First, Travis, thank you as always for your generosity and support. Travis says, I was crying last week. I was like, does Stetson hate us? Where is Stetson? Will he ever stream again? Is this the end? But I'm so glad you're back, like Corella DeVille and 102 Dalmatians when the bell rings. Travis, it is great to be back. Yeah, it turns out it was my cousin's wedding last week, so I was on vacation. Just didn't make sense to do the live stream. You know, didn't want to do that crappy laptop camera with the ear pods in. Just wasn't the vibe. Had a lot of things going on, so I skipped it. We're back this week and for the foreseeable future, so it is great to be here. All right, what else? We got and Trump Mobile video 2. Yes, you're absolutely correct. So first video was me, honestly, the story behind the Trump Mobile video. They launched the service. I was curious about basic things. What features does Trump Mobile support? Of course, you go to the website, doesn't really tell you. You call support like I did in the video. And unfortunately, the support reps over the phone, they don't know what features were supported or not. So I thought, oh, I'll sign up for service, I'll test the features, and then I can make a video about what features are supported or whatever. What happened next is really what just exploded that video. Instead of the phone number, first of all, instead of actually activating the service, for some reason the phone number I ported, it like went through, but it was never assigned to my account, and I struggled to get activated. And so what you saw in the Trump Mobile video was that saga, that story of me trying to really just get activated so I could figure out what features were supported. And that's how come I asked the support reps what features are supported, because I was curious. But if you saw the full video, you would have noticed that the number I started out with and the number that I actually got assigned after activation, those were two different numbers. They weren't the same. So the number that I ported was effectively lost. It was gone somewhere in the ether. And today I've rescued it. It took me over a month, but I have that full story documented, and I'm excited to share everything that happened with you all very soon. So that is the update for the Trump Mobile video 2. The short answer is yes. Mark Smith, good evening, Stetson. Glad to be here. Sorry I'm late. Good evening from sunny Iowa. Mark, it is great to see you in the chat today. I am so happy to hear it is sunny and beautiful in Iowa. Hopefully it is not too hot. It is scorching, I feel like, here in Colorado. I'm like sweating with these massive lights on me. So hopefully it's beautiful and not too sunny out there. All right, let's go to the top of the chat and see what we got kick in for comments. Nick is asking, Stetson, what do you think of the Mint Mobile Galaxy S25 deal with 2 years of service? Nick, I think this is a great deal. It's honestly probably one of the best prepaid deals available. The biggest caveat is it does require a 2-year commitment, And I think that device is going to be locked at least for the first 12 months, if not the full 2 years. So let's pull this up. What is Nick talking about, right? Like, what's going on with Mint Mobile? They have 2 incredible deals. And let me go ahead and add them to the stream right now. Where is that? Sorry, I think StreamYard, love the platform. They have updated their interface, as one does. And here we go, share screen, struggling to find that button. Pow. Add to stage. So Mint Mobile is offering 2 insane deals. Number 1, quickly, for a limited time, you can get 50% off the Mint Mobile Unlimited plan. And if you go to plans, shop plans, and you scroll down, that's this guy right here. This is single-handedly probably the number 1 best deal in wireless right now. You're getting truly unlimited data on the T-Mobile network for $180 up front. Breaks down to $15 a month. You can't beat it. There is literally nothing better on the market. It is a phenomenal, phenomenal value. I'll probably make a full video on it pretty soon here. Maybe even sign up. I mean, $15 a month is just so cheap to get truly unlimited T-Mobile service. Deal number 2 that Nick is talking about is if you go to phones and then deals, this is where you will sometimes find deals on phones from Mint Mobile. Right now, they're offering a limited time promotion where you can get up to $800 off a new Galaxy S25 with 2 years of wireless. So what is the deal? If you look at the Galaxy S25 and you click on it, it's going to be a combined $800 off. So that means you are buying the phone, a brand new Galaxy S25, 128 gigs, looks like they're out of the 256, 128 gigs for $360. That is already over 50% off the phone, over $400 in savings. And then you're actually getting 2 years of unlimited service at that discounted $15 a month rate. So if you thought that previous deal Mint was offering, where you get their unlimited plan for $15 a month, if you thought that was a good deal, this is extending that for 2 full years. That's going to be $360 up front, which is the regular price of the plan, and you're getting 2 years of unlimited wireless service. I mean, this is a phenomenal value. You are getting $360 in savings on the plan itself, and then you're getting an additional, what is that, $340 in savings from the phone itself. I mean, just an incredible deal. I don't think you'll find a better deal than this. Even Boost Mobile, they're notorious, right? They're notorious for offering free phones with their, what do they call it? Infinite access for Galaxy plan, where you can get over $1,100 off the Samsung Z series phone. Even this, I don't think is as good because, yes, it's a new Galaxy. It's only 30 gigs of premium data. No hotspot. Mint has hotspot. So I think Mint is a really incredible deal and an incredible value if you get good T-Mobile coverage in your area. All right, what else we got cooking in the chat? We already have another super chat. Mark, commenting on the weather. Mark, thank you as always for your generosity and support. Mark says, good evening from 75 degrees and low humidity. Thank you. I just want to let you guys know what I'm dealing with right now. Do you see this? 92 degrees outside. It is cooking. It's like I'm in an outdoor air fryer, or I guess an indoor air fryer. The weather temp, they've turned the dial up. What else do we have in the chat? VGraph says waiting until paid off is dreadful. Maybe. I mean, that is the caveat with Mint's deal, right? The phone is going to be locked to the Mint Mobile network, and I think it's going to be locked for 2 years. That would be my assumption. And then after 24 months, standard rate. I really wish that was in big, bold text somewhere for me to read, but I don't think it's that bad. I mean, if you get good T-Mobile service and you're an Android user, I mean, you're getting a crazy good deal on the phone, and you're getting an amazing plan. Hard to beat. Big, hit that like button. Big, I appreciate you. And I would appreciate you if you hit the like button. Let's see what else we got cooking. Sonic the Hedgehog calling me out. I appreciate it. You said before that you wouldn't pay upfront for 2 years of service, right? How is this different? Well, Sonic, in my opinion, this is a little bit different because you're getting an incredibly good deal on both the phone and service. So if I'm thinking of a cell phone plan, normally I probably would not pay for 2 years upfront, right? That's a pretty long period of time. Now, that said, how often do most people switch their cell phone plan? Not that often. I talk with people all the time who are proud 10, 15, 20-year customers of AT&T, T-Mobile, or Verizon, right? They're proud to be a customer for so long. And in the grand scheme of things, 2 years, it's not even that long of a period of time, right? Like, I'm thinking about my college days. If I was a student in college right now and T-Mobile worked well in the college area, I would sign up in a heartbeat because I know I'm going to be a student there for, I don't know, if I'm a freshman, the next 4 years. If I'm a sophomore, easily the next 3 years. You see where I'm going. So I think this is actually a great deal because of, I mean, the value you pay. I mean, you're paying 360 times 2. What is the net total here? $720 for a brand new Galaxy S25. That is less than the retail price, by the way. All right, less than $800. You're paying $720 for a brand new phone and 2 years of service. I think the combined value is what makes this tempting, and I would definitely consider it. If I was an Android user, I would definitely consider it. I'm an iPhone user at the moment, but with iOS 26, who knows? The last stream, we talked about me switching, so we'll see. Are they doing this with any other devices, or... Oh my gosh, guys, the Pixel 9. The Pixel 9. $800 off. $359 for the phone. $360 for unlimited service. Dang, the crazy thing is, I could switch to this and be an incredible deal. But I'd also be stuck on Android for 2 years. But wow, $719 for a phone and 2 years of service. There's also a pro. This might sound crazy, but there is also a pro to 2 years of service. And I've heard it from a couple people. The pro is, yes, it is an expensive upfront cost, but you also don't have to worry about your cell phone bill for the next 2 years. And that is, it's oddly satisfying. It's very nice. You just get an email from Mint once a month saying, hey, your data's been refreshed. Of course, with the unlimited plan, it doesn't really matter because it's truly unlimited, but wow, that's what I will say. Wow. I do think if you're someone who prefers that flexibility, then buying the phone unlocked and just doing that 1 year promo, right? I think that's going to be the way to do it. So that's going to be this guy here, unlimited wireless for $15 a month. Just do this, right? Buy your own phone, get the unlimited plan for $15 a month. You're cooking. Still a great deal, but only saving $180 versus up to $800. So that's what I would say. It's different. It's a different situation, and it's a different people will prefer different things. Wow. Lil Loud 125. Stetson, I know you said Verizon has a strict device certification process. Have you heard that AT&T, after 3G was retired, has added a similar policy? Gonna be honest, I did not hear that. It definitely sounds inconvenient for folks with international model devices. I've definitely heard of people traveling from Canada or Europe to the United States with their phones and sometimes struggling to get their phones to work on certain networks here, such as Verizon, because of that device certification process. In fact, I actually remember, I think it was when I purchased a couple OnePlus phones a while ago, those didn't work on Verizon out of the box because I think the device certification was still pending. Like it hadn't officially been approved. It's definitely an issue. Hopefully they're either really fast at approving devices or it doesn't cause too many issues for customers. That's what I would say. Scott saying, oh, you should come to Texas. It's hot. You're right, Scott. You're right. I don't want to go to Texas. I appreciate all the folks there in Texas. Some amazing, super kind folks in Texas. I'm hot enough as it is. I don't think I want to go into an actual air fryer. All right. Speedrunner Michael. This is an excellent question. I have a US Mobile Unlimited starter line currently on Warp. Me too. Welcome to the club. After August 18th, if I teleport to Darkstar or Lightspeed and then teleport back to Warp, will I still retain free priority on Warp? Speedrunner Michael, excellent question. So for those of you who may be unfamiliar, US Mobile just updated all of their plans. I'm working on a video now, incredible plan updates across the board. We got unlimited premium being bumped from 100 gigs on T-Mobile and Verizon to truly unlimited. That is uncapped now. And the unlimited starter plan on that both Speedrunner Michael and myself are on, that got upgraded from, it was 35 gigs to I think 70 gigs. They just doubled it on both. Sorry, US Mobile, so many network names, on both T-Mobile and on Verizon. So 70 gigs of high-speed data. But one of the big changes is after August 18th, new lines will be deprioritized on the Verizon network. Now on T-Mobile and AT&T, the starter line was already deprioritized, but if you got it on Warp, you got priority data. So to answer your question, Michael, if you are an existing US Mobile customer, you sign up right now between now and August, I'll say August 17th. You don't want to mess around and sign up on the 18th. Between now and August 17th, you will get grandfathered in to free priority data. And that priority access or that flag will remain on your line even if you switch networks. So Speedrunner Michael, if you are on Warp and you have priority right now, then you should be good to go. Just keep that line active. I would say at least until August 19th, maybe even the 20th, just to play it safe. And after that date, if you are on Warp, you will just keep priority data even if you do switch networks. At least that is my understanding of the situation. So pretty good deal. I'm definitely doing that. I think Warp is great. Although I've been looking at T-Mobile, the Lightspeed network. T-Mobile's like really fast in my area, guys. It's like really fast. So I'm thinking of switching. But we will see. Cuban Classroom Fan 432, another question about US Mobile. Hey Stetson, I signed up for US Mobile Lightspeed Unlimited Starter. Will I get the data upgrade even though I signed up the day before the announcement? Yes, Cuban Classroom Fan 432, you will get the upgrade. So let me pull this up for you just so you can take a look. US Mobile also has some pretty crazy deals going on now that I think about it. Pixel 9 for $389. And then if you go to their plans, they're doing their Dark Star promotion. This is for their AT&T network. They're still doing that buy one, get one free deal. I have a full video that explains it. Basically, if you buy unlimited premium annual, the annual version of the plan, you get unlimited annual starter for free. It's phenomenal. It works out to like $16 per line per month or something crazy like that. So just absolutely absurd. And it looks like if you're a single line, they have now brought back that overdrive promotion where if you port in your phone number, nope, I don't really want to sign up. I just wanted to highlight that. You will be able to get the plan instead of for $32.50 a month for $29 a month for your first 12 months. Another incredible offer. Anyway, Cuban Classroom Fan, to answer your specific question for US Mobile, let's just take a look at the monthly and let's go to the more plan details so you can see the full breakdown here on Lightspeed specifically because that's what you're on. So the brand new Lightspeed plan on Unlimited Starter, it has 70 gigs. So it got upgraded from 30 gigs to 70 gigs of high-speed data. This went into effect, I believe, starting August 1st, so 3 days ago. If you were an existing customer, you will automatically get this data upgrade the next time your plan renews after August 1st. So if you signed up, when did this, they announced it like what, July 27th or something? So if you signed up on July 27th, then on August 27th or the next time your bill renews, that's when your plan is automatically going to get upgraded to this higher data tier. So by September, all US Mobile customers on the new plans should be automatically upgraded to these new higher data allotments. This is specifically for Lightspeed and Warp. They got bumped up again to 70 gigabytes. And you can still see priority data on Warp if you sign up now through August. I'm going to say August 17th. If you sign up now through August 17th, you should get grandfathered into that priority data access on Warp. Now, Dark Star, different story. Starter was always deprioritized, but it got upgraded again from 70 gigabytes of high-speed data to truly unlimited high-speed data. One of the best value plans, period, on the AT&T network. Really, really phenomenal. So I hope that's helpful. let's move on to the next questions. Practical Engineer, a question about Pronto Mobile. This is exciting. Greetings, Stetson. Always love your videos. Well, I appreciate your comment. By any chance, though, have you heard anything more about Pronto Mobile, about how it will work, maybe pricing or even availability? Yeah, so what is Pronto Mobile? That is a fantastic follow-up question. Thank you for asking. Pronto Mobile is a brand new service, basically doing something that has been done before once, but kind of poorly, and it's trying to do it again, but even better. So Pronto Mobile somehow came to an agreement with all three major network operators, AT&T, T-Mobile, and Verizon. And they are combining the coverage of all of them into one service. I think their explainer video here really shows it the best. And let me just mute that so I don't go crazy. There's a section, get all the coverage. That's exactly, I mean, this is literally shows you all three networks, right? I mean, they don't say that, but I think we can do some simple reasoning here, deductive reasoning. We've got a blue map, that's AT&T, a red map, Verizon, a pink map for T-Mobile, and literally combining them into one network. How does this work? How does this work? Basically, it's going to be one SIM card, and you're going to be able to push a button in the app. There it is. You're going to be able to push a button in the app to switch networks. And the SIM will run a check on the phone. The device is going to run a check, figure out which network has the strongest signal, and then potentially even the fastest speeds, and then connect to that one. And I believe it's doing it in a manner where it's like, let's say SIM A is AT&T. If you're on AT&T and suddenly you lose service, you're in an area with a poor connection, and you tap this button to switch networks, I think the SIM will then switch to network B, let's say that's T-Mobile, and it will check to see if T-Mobile has a usable connection. And if it does, perfect, you'll stay on T-Mobile. And if T-Mobile doesn't, if it's also a poor area, then it will try SIM C, Verizon, and see if Verizon has a usable network. And I believe it's doing that because I think they want to minimize downtime, right? Because anytime you switch networks on your phone, there's a little bit of downtime. Your phone has to check to see what that reception quality is. I mean, it's like if you switch your eSIM on your iPhone, there's always just a little bit of a delay when you're trying to connect to that new network. And with only one SIM card handling all three networks, you can imagine they want to minimize downtime. And so that's why they're doing kind of that tiered system approach, I believe. In terms of pricing and availability, I genuinely do not know. I know the team is working very hard on it. They've been working hard on it for over a year now. This is probably one of the most exciting, or at least for me, more exciting plans in the industry, combining coverage on all the networks like that. But we don't know when it's going to launch. I do know that they're going to be offering, it looks like a 15-day free trial for at least a certain number of users who pre-register. It is going to require an unlocked phone that supports, I guess it doesn't have to support anything, but they're saying the iPhone 11 or newer and Samsung Galaxy S20 or newer. And hopefully they have more info soon. So they were gearing up for a launch, and I think they wanted to, fix some issues they may have spotted or just try and make the product even better before the official release. I know they're working on it, and I'm excited to see when this launches. That's all I can really tell you, Practical Engineer. I mean, it's a really cool idea. And are those hexagons? Wait. Oh my God, they are hexagons. I love it. They have a special place in my heart. Anyway, hopefully we will see and hear more about Pronto Mobile very soon. And I will definitely let you know. I think I've got a newsletter. I'll send out an email once we have more information on this. So I hope that's helpful. And thank you very much for the question. What's next? Well, we got some super chats coming in. Big Tank, thank you so much for your generosity and support. Big Tank is asking, did you see T-Mobile bought UScellular? I did see that. For those of you curious, like, what is UScellular, right? Well, you probably know. It's, I would say, the fifth, maybe, is that right? The fifth largest mobile network operator here in the United States. If you go to the Coverage Map website, then we can take a look. They're a regional carrier. So let's go ahead and pull this up on screen so we can take a look here. Maybe we can try it this way. Nice big full screen view. So we can go in and select UScellular, and this is their network. This is the UScellular network. They are, well, they're not really everywhere, but I would say pretty close to a nationwide network, more regional, really doing a really good job in Wisconsin. What is this? Iowa is covered. So Mark, shout out to Mark. He's in Iowa. You could sign up for UScellular, and it looks like they're bleeding into other parts of Kansas and Missouri, Oklahoma, and even Texas. Like, what are they doing? Looks like a disease of some sort, if you know what I mean, like kind of just spreading throughout the country. But this was UScellular. They had a small network, some parts in North Carolina as well. Can't forget that part. West Virginia, Tennessee. And basically, the way it worked is if you signed up for UScellular, they had a roaming agreement. I think it was with Verizon, and you would get native coverage on UScellular in the areas that offered it. And anytime you went outside those areas, which is quite a large percentage of the United States, you would roam on, I believe it was the Verizon network. Someone correct me if I'm mistaken on that, but you'd roam on Verizon. And that was kind of the deal. And in some areas where Verizon didn't have coverage, they would roam on UScellular. And same with the other big carriers as well, I believe. Anyway, UScellular, they weren't doing too hot, it turns out. Losing customers. Didn't really, I mean, if you have a small network and you have a few number of customers and you're not making as much money, it's kind of hard to invest in a billion-dollar network to expand nationwide. And they were treated, it turns out, to the more rural areas. And then T-Mobile was like, yo, we're going to come after you. And T-Mobile had this aggressive push in rural areas, lighting up their 5G ultra capacity network until the point where I think UScellular's days were, quite frankly, numbered. They were numbered, you guys. And then T-Mobile bought them. And I think the deal kind of split up the assets, if I understood it correctly, where some of the other carriers are getting either access to towers or spectrum frequencies. Don't quote me on that, but I know T-Mobile isn't getting everything. They're not getting the whole shebang, but I think they are getting all of the customers and likely access to all of the towers. But hopefully it's good, right? Hopefully it benefits everyone. I mean, T-Mobile, if they get more spectrum, hopefully they can deploy that and utilize it and make their network faster and better for everyone. And for everyone else, I mean, hopefully we can leverage these assets and make something awesome here. Rob is saying UScellular wasn't competitive to the other postpaid anyway. Yeah, that's kind of how I felt. I didn't really cover them too much because they were niche. You needed to live in one of these areas to even be eligible to sign up for the service. And not a whole lot of people are. So yeah, I didn't really cover them too much. Travis is saying that he thinks, I'm assuming this is T-Mobile, gets all the 600 megahertz and 2.5 gigahertz spectrum, but he doesn't know. But he's an idiot, so he doesn't know. Yeah, I mean, my guess is as good as yours. Should probably check on it and confirm the details, but that's it. Mark is saying UScellular is quite prominent in Iowa. Well, I would hope so. They gosh darn covered pretty much all of it. That's actually really nice. Looking at UScellular's map, you can see where all the towers are. These are all going to be T-Mobile towers, you guys. The days are numbered. What's crazy? Wait, let's go to T-Mobile. Do they also have towers here? Yeah. I wonder how many towers T-Mobile is deployed on that also has UScellular. Like, I wonder what the overlap is. Or are they getting new locations? Is T-Mobile's network actually going to get better? TBD. TBD. That's what I will say. But I mean, you can see in Wisconsin, right? Just there's nothing. And UScellular, they were here. They were doing stuff. Well, I take that back. They were here in this area and they were doing stuff. There you go. So I hope that's helpful. Big Tank, thank you for your question. Lennon, thank you so much for your generosity and support. Lennon says, I am planning on paying off my phone and switching to Visible. Already, I think that's a fabulous choice. If I want to upgrade, I can use Apple's trade-in program and get money off a monthly installment at 0% interest. Is that a good strategy? Or is this a good strategy? Lennon, I think theoretically, this is a beautiful strategy. You have it on lock. There is one minor to huge caveat, and that is the financing through Apple. Turns out Apple has removed the option to use the Apple Card monthly financing for new iPhones. So if you are interested in financing your phone monthly, I mean, I think there is a way to do it. Depends on what device model it is. I think for the Pro model iPhone specifically, I believe you can finance I think it's the T-Mobile one. Someone fact check me on this. Let's find out right now. You can finance the T-Mobile one and just pay for it monthly. And it'll be unlocked and you can use it on whatever carrier you want. But the regular iPhone, the base model, I don't think it offers this. So I think it's only available for the pros. Let's say you want the new Desert Titanium color. You only need 128 gigs. You're not going to trade in. And then, can we continue? What's the deal here? Did I not select something? Here we go, finance. All right, so it looks like they do offer Apple Card monthly financing, but then you have to choose a carrier, right? There's no option for an unlocked. And if we do, let's edit this. And if we do finance, yeah, okay, so look at this, Lennon. Carrier selection of AT&T, Boost Mobile, T-Mobile, or Verizon is required. That is for both the Apple Card monthly installments and the Apple iPhone payments, okay? So I believe you can do this and then just select T-Mobile. But if you do the buy option, for example, you can see they have the option connect to any carrier later. So something to keep in mind. But if you do the finance, I think the trick is do Apple Card monthly financing and then T-Mobile. And the reason I suggest T-Mobile is if you read this little blurb, will I get an unlocked iPhone? You'll receive an unlocked model that you can use with any carrier. So this is if you buy the phone from Apple, but this only applies to the Verizon and T-Mobile models, okay? If you buy the iPhone through an AT&T installment plan, you will receive a locked model. So I believe you have to, the trick is to select T-Mobile, and I think it'll just come unlocked, and you can just use that. But for some reason, I don't think this trick works on the regular baseline iPhone. And I'll also add, this requires having the Apple Card. Unsure about the other option, but I would imagine, I mean, if you do the iPhone payments and you do T-Mobile and it's the same thing, then I imagine it would just work. So if this option is available and it works for you, that is flawless. Otherwise, I think the other option you may consider, I can't really speak to this because I haven't tried it personally, but if you go to shop phones, where they got all phones, you can finance an iPhone with a firm through Visible. So let's just do that 16 Pro again. And I believe typically a firm is 0%, but it might also depend on your credit score. So payment financed through a firm. This device will be locked to Visible for 60 days. And then after 60 days, it'll auto unlock. Unless, of course, we pass new legislation and then Verizon changes their unlock policy. But until then, after 60 days, it'll auto unlock and you can finance it with a firm. And that's going to be your, $27.75 a month or whatever. So Lennon, I hope that is helpful. I think ideally you have this strategy on lock. I mean, go in, you would just select your trade-in. Let's say you're trading in a 14 Pro or whatever. It's in good condition. Boom. And then you would just do that finance option that we talked about. But that's it. I don't know why their checkout is so slow right now. There it is. Buy or finance. And then, yeah. So I hope that's helpful. And you're able to get an incredible deal on a new iPhone. Oh, we also have Sonic the Anonymous Hedgehog chiming in. 15% off iPhones for friends/family of Apple staff. Is that a question? I actually do not know, genuinely. So if that is, and someone knows someone who's a friend at Apple, I know a guy who spends a lot of money there. And I would greatly appreciate it, but I'm kidding. Let's see. Ruben. Is there any cell phone provider that includes unlimited roaming in other countries? Ruben, there are, I'll say 3 options, okay? Option number 1, AT&T. If you purchase the Day Pass add-on, it turns out that international Day Pass just comes with unlimited data in whatever country you're in. It's unlimited minutes, unlimited texts, and unlimited high-speed data. For contrast, the other carriers have some data tier. I think Verizon, it's like 15 gigs per month, and T-Mobile is like 5 gigs per month. So they include it for free, but there's that high-speed limit. AT&T, when you pay for the add-on, is truly unlimited. If you want to get a plan that includes it, you really only have 2 options. And I think one option is way better than the other. So let me pull up the options for you right now. Just going to head over to the Best Phone Plans site, go to Plans. And I mean, you can use the filters to find these if you want. However, I happen to know the plans off the top of my head, so I will pull those up immediately. The 2 options are, number 1, it's going to be the classic Google Fi. You think Google Fi, wireless, you think roaming, you also think, why is this website slow? Forgive the website, it's trying, it's loading. There's like 700 plans in the database. It's going to be the unlimited premium plan. This guy right here, $65 a month. Now, is this the best value? Not really, but it's also not horrible. Let me walk through the features. Let me explain. $65 a month plus tax, so really looking at closer to like $72. You do get 100 gigs of high-speed data, and that is priority data on the T-Mobile network. Does priority data matter on T-Mobile? I would argue it doesn't, but it is a nice feature to have nonetheless. You also get 50 gigs of high-speed hotspot data, unfortunately 480p video streaming. Thankfully, you can get around that by using a VPN. You get a free smartwatch line and a free tablet line included. And most importantly for you, Ruben, it includes 100 gigabytes in Canada and Mexico and 50 gigabytes of free roaming in over 200 countries. This is probably the second most amount of data that you can get in a cell phone plan that is included. 50 gigabytes of free roaming in 200 countries. The one caveat I will tell you is that on Google Fi, international calls are billed at 25 cents per minute. Now, that is better than T-Mobile, which charges, wait, I think I said that wrong. Google Fi, forgive me if I said this right before, but Google Fi is 20 cents per minute and T-Mobile is 25 cents per minute. So you're getting a better rate on Google Fi. But it's also very expensive, $65 a month. The third option, which I think is now the new best option for international roaming, is, are you ready for it? US Mobile Unlimited Premium Lightspeed. That's right, it is a mouthful, but this plan rocks socks. Check it out. It is already over $20 less than Google Fi, $44 a month, taxes and fees included. Instead of 100 gigs of high speed, you are now getting truly unlimited high speed data. Caveat, it is deprioritized. Again, I want to emphasize, I don't think that matters on T-Mobile. Their network is just so screaming fast regardless. You get the same 50 gigs of high speed hotspot data. You get better video streaming quality at 720p. You cannot, unfortunately, add a watch line, but you can add another line or get a $10 2 gig tablet line. And most importantly for you, Ruben, 20 gigs of free data roaming in Canada and Mexico, and 20 gigs in 180 countries. Now, I will caveat this. Actually, maybe it's not. So for roaming, US Mobile, it's 200 minutes, 250 texts, and then 20 gigs of high-speed data. And that is included for free. 200 minutes, 250 texts of roaming, so you don't have to pay per minute. And let me just check something for you because I know some of their networks are a little different. So if you just go to US Mobile and we go to international data here, they actually do a pretty nice breakdown for the Lightspeed network. So Lightspeed, we talked about it, 20 gigs, 200 minutes, 250 texts, and that's going to be in 180 plus supported destinations. And I think it's all destinations. So if we're on Lightspeed, see all countries. Yeah, I think it's just everything that's included. Gets it. Yeah, you're cooking. I mean, look at all this. It's going really fast. So you probably can't see it, but everything has it. Talk, text, and data. Yeah, that's incredible. Wow. Dang. All right. The reason I wanted to check is US Mobile on the Dark Star network, their second best network for roaming. You will notice that more countries, I will say, are unavailable. And some, like Albania here, just give you data. So there is no talk or text data roaming in Albania, as well as a few other countries here that you'll see on the list. But for Lightspeed, All of the supported countries come with talk, text, and data. And again, this plan is $44 a month, taxes and fees included. You can get it for as low as $32.50 per month with that annual promotion. And I think this is the #1 best plan for international roaming while abroad. So I hope that is helpful, and thank you so much for asking your question. We got another... Nope, now we already answered that super chat. Let's see what we got cooking in the chat here. Sean Duffy. Wow. Sean, this is an incredible question. Hi, Stetson. Any advice on insurance plans? I'm going to say work is probably what worth means. Or maybe, is it worth it? ACO or credit card? Man, Sean, that's a fantastic question. I will say, I think big picture, phone insurance is not worth it for most people. You might be wondering, Stetson, why do you say that? Well, let's say phone insurance is $15 a month. Not an unreasonable value. I mean, let's just check some rates here. If we do Apple Care, I think that's going to be $10 a month. I really just want to see the plans. Here we go. Yeah. Apple Care is going to be $10 a month. All right. $10 a month or $100 a year until canceled. You can also do their multi-product offering, $20 a month until canceled. This is actually a pretty reasonable value, but I still don't think it's worth it. Let's see. ACO, they do actually know the people at ACO. Great service. I mean, in terms of like purchasing the product, getting the insurance, they really tried to make it just an easier experience. I think it's still kind of expensive though. So let's do phone protection here. I really would just like to see the price. All right, protection, plain and simple. We can cover it all. Stuff happens. Here we go. So they say phone only, $5 a month. That's actually not bad. And then individual bundle, $15 a month. I think when I looked at this, build a family. Oh, I don't really want to build the ACO plan. Let's do a phone only, and then select your phones. I've got an Apple 16 Pro. Boom. Well, iPhone 16. So they're quoting already $10 a month. So a little different than what we saw on the website. If we do 16 Pro, that's bumping up to $11 a month. So let's say, I mean, $11 a month, $10 a month, that's still $120 a year. And if you do it through like Insurion or some of the carriers, that'll be like $15, $20 a month. So $120 to $240 a year. You have that for a couple years, especially the $20 tier, that's $480. Like that's almost enough money to either A, just straight up cover the cost of any repair that you might need, or B, buy a gently used phone on Swappa. All right, like you can just buy a new phone for that kind of money. So in my opinion, I think you're better off spending your money on a case, and if you so choose, a screen protector. I'm rocking no screen protector because I like that, just the regular glass. Yes, sometimes it gets scratched, but it doesn't really bother me that much and doesn't get scratched too much. So that's kind of what I would think. I mean, for some people, it is totally worth it, especially if you're, I mean, even if you plan on getting your battery replaced. And so like the benefit, like why get Apple Care or another insurance policy? It's because of the repair claims and how cheap they are. So this one is theft and loss coverage up to twice in 12 months. Wait, that's actually insane. Is that real? That might be all model pricing. Here we go. This is what I was saying. 16 Pro, $14 a month, right? And that's for theft and loss. You just add it up over time, and I think you're better off saving the money or just buying a screen protector. That said, the same-day service is really nice. They give you nice features. You can replace your back glass for $29. Very affordable. I think without the insurance, it's more expensive. At most, you're paying $100 and either getting a brand new phone or a refurbished phone, or they're fixing your phone. And then if you lose your phone, $149. So honestly, not bad. Most importantly, the battery is free, but hear me out. If you do a battery replacement, I think it's $89. Let's just find out. And forgive me for using Apple as an example. As you guys know, I'm an Apple sheep, and so I'm just more familiar with them in terms of pricing and stuff. So iPhone 16, let's say it's a 16 Pro. What are we looking at? Get estimate. It's thinking. But it's $120 a year, basically, or even more. Yeah, boom. They're estimating $120 for a new battery. I mean, I think they're... All right, yeah. I think I've seen quoted like $89, but even so, $120 for a new battery, that's not that bad. And in order to really need a new battery, you would need to have your phone for 3 years. And so if you pay for insurance for 3 years, I mean, that's going to be 36 months times $120 per year. We want to do, I guess, just 3 months or 3 years, $360. It's cheaper to just pay outright for the battery replacement or trade your phone in and get an upgrade, because Apple doesn't check the phone battery health. Well, they might check it, but I don't think that counts against the trade-in value when you go to trade it in. So Life and Death saying, don't forget the insurance deductible. Yeah, I mean, you still have the deductibles for all of them, even ACO here. I mean, it's way more affordable, right? A $30 screen replacement is not bad, but you have to think it's not really a $30 screen replacement. It's a $150 screen replacement after you factor in the cost you're paying for insurance and assuming you break your screen, after your first year. So for most people, I would encourage you to get a case and screen protector. I've paid for Apple insurance, and I don't think it's worth it. I paid for it. If you like using your phone, okay, I'll take it back. I think there's one scenario where paying for insurance is worth it. If you like using your phone without a case, you just like that sleek look, the extra thinness of it, I think it totally makes sense. Instead of paying for the protection of the case and screen protector, you can put that towards the insurance. And should you need it, it'll cover you. But that's my take. That is my take. If credit cards offer it, so that's what Ivar is saying here. A lot of credit cards offer phone protection if you use a credit card to pay the monthly bill. That's pretty cool. I don't know if that's the phone plan bill, if that's the phone itself, but if that is the case, that is nice to have. Oh, Christopher C. I cannot relate to your comment more. Stetson, I really miss Apple making leather cases and wallets. Any recommendations on nice leather cases? Yes. I have gone through many cases. I used to do the Apple silicone cases, but they do kind of get really smudgy and they don't look great, and more of a niche problem for me. But all my phones started looking the same, and I couldn't tell which was my personal phone and which was like my work phones. So I did find a nice leather case. You can already see, or I'll put it in focus, this beautiful patina on it. At least I think it's beautiful. You do get a little bit of a MagSafe ring, but I'm okay with that. And this brand is Andar. Will that focus? Probably not. Logitech webcam. I'll throw it up on screen for you, Christopher. Andar. I also have a discount code, I think. It's like, it's not that much. It's like 5% off or whatever. Not affiliated with them or anything, but I bought the product. I really like it. I got their watch band too. So this watch band here, I'm actually wearing it. This is Andar as well. I think they make fantastic stuff. I've been impressed with the quality, the natural patina, the clickiness and satisfaction of the buttons. Really good case. And they are expensive. I think it's like $70, but I can send you a code or something. I'll post it in the comment after the stream, where you'll get like, I don't know, 5% off or whatever. I think the case I have is called the Aspen. And his Aspen, so they have two models. So this is the Aspen. I think I just got brown. Camel tan, yeah, this was looking a little bit too orange for me, although it probably would have patinaed very nicely. Also tempted by this nice gray color. But anyway, I went with, I think, just brown, and very happy with that purchase. I thought it looked, yeah, you can see it. It kind of matches the screen. I thought it looked great. The quality is great. The texture is great. The feel in hand is great. The patina is great. Am I overhyping them? I don't want to overhype them, but oh, it looks like you can use buy one Aspen and get one free. Dang. If you know a friend that also needs one of these, That's pretty cool. They do have two models I want to bring to your attention. So this one does not have the camera cutout. Or excuse me, it does have the camera cutout, but it's just that. It's cut out. You can like barely see it on this. There's a hole where that camera control is. I'm sure that one's fine. I found, yeah, here it is. It's not even a hole. It's just like fully cut out. I found I thought I wanted a protection. So you'll notice my case, it does have a pass-through button. And here, I'll show that a little bit bigger. I know that the screen sometimes is really small. It does have that pass-through button for the camera control. Now, I think the camera control, side note, I think the camera controls are awful, but the ability to just like push that and launch the camera, incredible. A&R does have one. So if we go back, they do have a case that is, sorry about that, tech. It is going to be the Aspen camera control button. And this version does have that capacitive touch button. $5 extra on the price. So that was kind of a long-winded answer, but I am just delighted to have found this company and I really enjoy their products. And again, I'll go into my account and I'll just find that discount code and I'll post it after the live stream. So if you're interested, you can get whatever discount they offer. And if you're not interested, don't worry about it. But I love them. I'll probably grab these from now on for all of my iPhones just because, guys, there's something great about the texture of a leather phone case. And I know it's probably not the most eco-friendly, but if there's one iPhone case I'm going to get right now, it's this one. All right, I hope that's helpful. That was kind of a deep dive in in cases. Mystic Q, I cut my own hole. A bold choice. PNG Gorilla. What is the cheapest talk and text only plan that you recommend? Easy answer. Easy answer. Oh, okay. A bit more nuanced answer. There are two plans, PNG Gorilla, that you want to look at. Number one, usually my go-to choice for its simplicity. Let me pull it up right now. It is, let me zoom out a little bit on this webpage. Yep. Bam. US Mobile's 2 gig by the gig plan. It's going to be $10 flat, taxes and fees included. That's going to give you unlimited talk and text. Simple as that. And 2 gigs, you don't really need the 2 gigs. Although it does allow features such as visual voicemail, MMS, RCS, all to work properly. So I think that's the perfect plan. Follow up. It's going to be Mobile X. They do offer a custom plan where, let's start building. Here it is. Wow, this is a lot of text. Hopefully, and pop-ups. Hopefully they can improve that. It's very affordable. You pay for 150 minutes and 150 texts, $2.50 a month. For unlimited, it's just going to be $4.50 a month. You're going to have a $1.98 platform fee. So you're looking at, $7, $8 a month, tax and fees, probably $8 to $9 a month for Mobile X. This is on the Verizon network. Pretty good, pretty affordable. Although I will say there is something nice about, US Mobile's option. And you can choose to activate this plan on either AT&T, T-Mobile, or Verizon. So I think that's what I would do. Dawn H, best US Mobile plan right now. Dawn, it really depends on what you need. I think the best value plan, no questions asked, is going to be the unlimited starter on Darkstar. I really wish US Mobile wouldn't do that. Unlimited starter on Darkstar. $19 a month for the annual option. If you're like, I just want monthly, still my number one pick. Unlimited high-speed data, 20 gigabytes of hotspot, and that's really all you need. Unlimited high-speed data, 20 gigs of hotspot on AT&T, phenomenal value. If you're looking for Verizon coverage, I still think unlimited starter is probably the best value. I don't think most people are going to use over 70 gigs. It's also the plan I'm on, so I'm probably a little biased there. But great value. If you're looking for the best plan with that international roaming or anything like that, that's where you'd want to go unlimited premium, just because of that free international roam. I don't even see that here. 20 gigs international data. Yes, you're getting 20 gigs with talk and text on the T-Mobile network. You're getting 20 gigs with talk and text in many countries on AT&T, and some countries are data only. Verizon, unfortunately, only supports 12 countries right now. But that's my take. I think unlimited starter Dark Star, that's the number one best value. That's what I got. Luke, what do you think about the new Cricket plans? Luke, this is an awesome question. For those of you who missed it, Cricket updated their cell phone plans, and they're way better. Well, they're better than they were before. We'll quickly dive in. I've been working on adding them to the best phone plans site so we can compare them. They're not there yet, but got to give Cricket a shout out. First, I actually love, I don't love this guy. Their people are funny, right? Like, they just have these little meeples all around. Maybe meeples is the wrong word. That's like a board game term. But these little characters, they're goofy. I do love the website updates. It looks clean. It looks fresh. I mean, you hover over it, you get a nice drop-down menu. I love how the corners are rounded. This is just like niche stuff that I appreciate. If you go to phone plans, they updated everything in a big way. Select unlimited data for $35 a month. Awesome value. If you have 4 lines, it's $100 a month. Awesome value. Truly unlimited high-speed data. Hotspots available as an add-on, which is nice to see. Basically, no frills or other fluff with it. Great value plan. Smart Unlimited, this is adding in that 15 gigs of hotspot data for $45 a month. Is this as good as some other plans? Personally, I think US Mobile Unlimited Premium is going to be a bit better, especially considering it is cheaper with code FULLSPEED right now. Incredible value. Oh, goodness me, US Mobile. So I think this is probably the best value plan on AT&T at the moment. But still nice that Cricket updated this. And more importantly, Cricket does offer that multi-line discount. So this drops to $110 for 4 lines. That's going to be $27.50 per line per month. That is an incredible value. I'm unsure about the priority level right now. Based on the language here, it says unlimited data for Select. I'm sure that's deprioritized. It says the same unlimited data for Smart, so I'm assuming deprioritized as well. Then you have Supreme. Single line pricing here, $55 a month. Getting into that, AT&T prepaid, unlimited max plan territory. It says unlimited high-speed data, so I'm guessing it's priority. 50 gigs of hotspot, which is honestly outstanding. HBO Max basic with ads, which is nice to see. 150 gigs cloud storage. Do not use the cloud storage. You're asking, why should I not use the cloud storage? It's because once you have your stuff in Cricket's cloud, you will not leave. And that is what they want. So don't use the cloud storage. That is just to keep you stuck and add friction when you go to leave. So please don't use that. Use Google Cloud, iCloud, anything else that is not Cricket Cloud Storage. They're also bundling in some extra international features here as well, which can be nice to see. Then they have their sensible 10 gig plan. This is quite frankly ridiculous. It's overpriced. I mean, if you're like, where can I get 10 gigs of data on the AT&T network? I mean, I don't want to say it, but like unlimited starter on US Mobile, not only is it cheaper, it's giving you truly unlimited high-speed data. So I think that's a little bit more than 10 gigabytes. Otherwise, I think Cricket, like who is Cricket for, right? Strongest offer, what is Supreme? 130 divided by 4, $32.50 a month. I think Cricket is for families, is really what it comes down to. All of these are a great value for families. The features have gotten upgraded. The data has been upgraded. I think it's the hotspot has been upgraded especially. So I think a really good value for families. If you're open to paying annually, pricing-wise, you'll be able to get the same price, $32.50 a month, with US Mobile on their unlimited premium annual plan, which technically is discounted to $29 right now. But full price, $32.50 a month. So I don't know. With families, though, it's not only, let's say, what is $32.50 times 12? That's $390 up front. If you have 4 lines, that's going to be $1,560 up front. And that could be a lot for cell service and for family. So I think Cricket really shines in the family department. Either way, nice upgrades. How do they compare against the competition? I don't know. I'll have a video out coming soon, as they say. So we'll see. Ha! Cubing Classroom Fan 432. At least it's better than Simple Mobile, who has 5 gigs for $30. Yeah, that's crazy. It's also crazy that this plan is $120 for 4 lines and the Smart Unlimited is $110. Like, what? That is the opposite of sensible. That is unsensible. Ridiculous. Who makes these things? I think they should just not offer it. Hot take. Hot take. Hi, Stetson. I am with T-Mobile. I have the AppleCare One plan covered for my MacBook and my phone. So if my phone is broken and get replaced with Apple, do I get the new phone as locked or unlocked? Whoa. That is a great question. I genuinely don't know the answer. I would imagine it would be locked. My guess is that T-Mobile would have the capability to lock that phone, because technically, if you're financing it, you're still paying it off. And so the carrier lock policy would be that it's locked. And I believe that policy is enforced by the SIM card. So once you get your SIM card inserted, my guess is the phone would lock to T-Mobile. But I hopefully am mistaken. Let's check in the chat now to see if anyone else has information. Yeah, Kev GF is saying the lock status depends on whether you have it unlocked through them or not. And MP Rubio 84 is saying you'll get refurbished as well. Sometimes they do give new, but likely refurbished. Yao Chang. Hopefully I pronounced your name correctly, and forgive me if not. Either way, welcome to the chat. Great to see you here. Any recommendations for pay-as-you-go MVNO service that can be carried over and is backup failover friendly? I will say probably 2 options for you here. Number one, we did touch on it. It's going to be Mobile X. I think what makes them a strong contender, first of all, you get to build your own plan. I wish there was a better interface for showing this to you, but let's say you need 150 minutes, 150 texts, $250 a month. Data is actually pay as you go, so $2.10 per gigabyte. And the really great thing is you get a refund for any of your unused data. So you get an account credit for any of your unused data. And that means, let's say you sign up for a 2 gig plan for emergencies, you use 0 gigabytes, Mobile X will credit you the $2.10 per gigabyte, so $4.20 to your account. That will then apply towards your next bill. So I really like them. Depending on what your needs are, it'll probably be around $10, $12 a month, just as an ongoing cost, which could be kind of expensive, but doesn't seem too unreasonable. The next one that I think you may really like is Tello. What makes Tello interesting is 2 things. Number one, you can customize your plan. So let's say it's an emergency phone. It's 1 gig, 100 minutes, free texts, $6 a month, probably closer to $8 a month after taxes and fees. What's really nice about Tello is if you renew your plan the day before it auto renews, then your unused data will roll over to your next month of service. Let me say that again. If you manually renew your Tello plan a day before it auto renews, then your unused data will roll over to your next month of service. This can be a great way to accumulate a lot of data. You know, at the end of a year, you've got 12 gigs of data on this backup plan, and it's a reasonable price. The other thing that I will mention, it's kind of niche and maybe it doesn't work for you, but it could be a good option, is if you go, it's going to be, let's see if they even have it. All right. I was checking. Usually Red Pocket is a top choice because they have an annual plan that's like $5, but I'm actually not seeing it. It used to be on eBay. It looks like this one. Yeah. This was the plan. $5 a month, 500 megabytes, 100 minutes, 100 texts. It doesn't roll over, but for $5 a month, it's not a bad deal. However, the fact that this is $134.90 makes me very suspicious because that's significantly more than the $60 you would expect. So let me just see if I can find it. Red Pocket, 500 megabytes. Here we go. Boom. eBay exclusive plan. It looks like this seller is offering it. So I would say this is probably the third choice I would consider for kind of that backup. It doesn't roll over, but it might be all that you need. And the price is, it's hard to beat. I can't show you the, there it is. The price is hard to beat. So there you go. I hope that's helpful. We did get some more super chats coming in, so let me go ahead and answer those. P1X Vids. I got US Mobile Warp, and the Best Phone Plans website says it's 70 gigs of data, but my US Mobile app says it's unlimited. Did you get it wrong? So it depends what plan you have. If you have the unlimited premium plan, that will be unlimited. If you have unlimited starter, it will be 70 gigabytes of high-speed data before unlimited data at 1 megabit per second. So US Mobile might be representing that as just truly unlimited, but you really have, it's tiered data. So 70 gigs at high speed, and then you would get unlimited at 1 megabit per second. And I can show that on the just the Best Phone Plans website here. US Mobile Unlimited Starter Warp. So yeah, this is the correct technical details for US Mobile's plan. It will be deprioritized starting August 18th, and I guess I put that in there preemptively because I don't want to change it in the future. It'll be 70 gigs high speed and then unlimited at 1 megabit per second. And US Mobile actually does say this on their website as well. If you go to their site and you have this table pulled up and you go to Warp, you can see, let me zoom in here, unlimited starter, 70 gigabytes of premium data. And then I think it says, yeah, throttled to 1 megabit per second after the premium or high-speed data allotment is used. So there you go. That is what the plan includes. All right, KevGF, thank you so much for your comment and your super chat. Hey, Stetson, I know this one is more of I know this is more of wireless plan advice, but in the realm of wireless, what are your thoughts on Verizon's prices and price increases and churn? Yeah, I mean, from a business perspective, if I put my business hat on, if you raise prices, a few people will leave. But if not too many people leave, then you can effectively have raised prices and earn more money. So that's good for business. It's terrible for consumers. If I put my consumer hat on, well, if my price goes up, obviously I'm going to be pissed and I'm going to leave because there's so much competition now. And now, more than ever before, the carriers are hurtling towards like the same coverage ubiquity, where it doesn't really matter if you're on AT&T or if you're on T-Mobile or if you're on Verizon, you're likely going to get coverage the places you need it. So there are more options than ever before. The trade-in deals and promotions from the other carriers are some of the best we've ever seen. I think it makes sense that people are leaving. And I mean, if you think like the parallel to this, in my opinion, is cable. And what does cable do? Well, they entice you with a nice intro offer for your first 12 months of service, and then they jack the rates up. And guess what? Everyone hates that. That's like the worst experience ever. And we're almost seeing that with Verizon, where people are signing up and all of a sudden their bill is increasing, whether that's from Verizon removing loyalty discounts, whether that's from additional taxes or fees or surcharges. Just makes for a horrible experience. And when you have carriers, I mean, it's so funny to me because Verizon owns Visible, and Visible is doing the exact opposite of this. In fact, they're offering a promote like this is, I didn't even see this. Get Visible for $19 a month for 1 year. This is the best value plan on the Verizon network. 60 off 12. Dang. Well, I heard it here first. I didn't know this was going on. Incredible value. But you have, wow, they're doing this for all their plans? Holy smokes. I guess I'll have to make a video on this. This is incredible. Visible Plus Pro for $39. That's really good. And Visible Plus for $29. Holy smokes, you guys. That is probably one of the best value plans on the Verizon network right now. Anyway, it's funny to me where Visible includes taxes and fees, right? They previously had a price lock. It looks like that wording is specifically gone. So my assumption is it did not increase sales or traction for them, and it's not really needed because we haven't really seen Visible raise prices ever. But they're offering a way better experience. And it's just funny to me that Verizon doesn't think to do something like that themselves. So, yeah, those are kind of some of my thoughts. I think Verizon is they're in a bit of a pickle. I mean, my friend Roger, he did a fabulous report where basically, where does Verizon make most of its money? It turns out it makes most of its money from something called the SMB segment of the market. What is SMB? Small and medium-sized businesses. So it's really Verizon's business division that is making a lot of money. They have a lot of lines. That's typically around, I think, 30 lines to 1,000 lines. When you go over 1,000 lines, that is where AT&T is dominating. That's the enterprise accounts, and AT&T is crushing it there. But Verizon has held this middle section quite well. T-Mobile, they're dinking around, I guess. Maybe they had fewer lines than that. But the problem for Verizon is that T-Mobile just inked a deal with Charter and Spectrum. Is that right? Spectrum and Comcast. That's probably what it is. Charter and Comcast? I think it's Charter and Comcast. So that's going to be, I guess, yeah, Spectrum Mobile and Xfinity Mobile. I know the brand names. Spectrum and Xfinity, they got permission from T-Mobile with this deal to sell business accounts for accounts that have between 30 and 1,000 lines, that SMB segment. And before, I mean, you'll know that Xfinity Mobile and Spectrum Mobile, they offer their service on Verizon, and Verizon had prohibited them from selling over 30 lines. They wouldn't allow it because then that would eat into Verizon's dominant SMB segment of the market. But now that T-Mobile has made this deal, Charter and Comcast, they have basically the green light from T-Mobile to go after those bigger accounts. So we'll see what happens. Anyway, that was kind of a long-winded answer to your question, but thank you so much, Kev. Jaime, thank you so much for your generosity and support and your patience as I rambled on. Thoughts on Verizon having its price lock guarantee, but then now increasing ancillary costs such as telco and recovery fees? I mean, that is right in line with what Kev was saying. Yeah, it's ridiculous. And I mean, it basically highlights the point that I made in my T-Mobile video, right? When T-Mobile launched, I think they still have this. It drives me crazy. Go to their site. Maybe it's on their plans page. They used to highlight this pretty prominently, but it was their price lock guarantee. Hopefully they have gotten rid of it. Yeah, it looks like they kind of, they still kind of have it. T-Mobile advertises guaranteed for 5 years, right? Switch and save at least 20% versus AT&T and Verizon. Your plan price is guaranteed for 5 years. It's basically a made-up claim. Like, sure, the core cost of the plan will not change, but T-Mobile, Verizon, and AT&T, they also make up this fee called the telco cost and recovery fee, right? This telco cost and recovery fee is literally set by them, made up by them, and they can change it at any time. They outline it right in their terms and conditions. So I am sad to see Verizon is doing that. I think it's very anti-consumer. I think it's frustrating for consumers because if you got 4 lines, I mean, that's like, boom, $12 extra a month or whatever, and that adds up. Obviously, I guess they feel they can do that and likely keep customers. Similar, if you remember when Netflix raised its prices, everyone kind of grumbled, but then kind of kept Netflix because they liked the shows. I'm sure a lot of people, a majority of people will grumble and then stay with Verizon because it's not that bad. But I hope more people switch because that really sends a message and that'll make the big telco companies rethink their actions. It's really consumers taking action. So yeah, I'm not happy about it, but hopefully it's doesn't impact too many people, I guess. Walter, thank you so much for your generosity and support. Walter says, cell phone shops by my house offer service from Page Plus, Simple Mobile, H2O, Ultra Mobile, and so on. Are they any good? Any better alternatives? Yeah, so Walter, what those cell phone shops are wireless dealers. And as you notice, they sell cell phone plans. The question, are they good? I would say they're not necessarily horrible, but there are way better plans out there. For example, Page Plus, if we pull them up, I kind of forgot they existed, not gonna lie. They offer plans on the Verizon network. They are owned by Verizon. And if we go to shop here. You can tell this is one of the track phone brands because of the way the nav bar works. It's just that legacy track phone brand vibe. They've got a $12 plan, get out of here, for 500 minutes, 500 texts, and 100 megabytes of LTE. Well, if you wanted the best value plan for $12 on the Verizon network, personally, I would say, where did that tab go? Yeah, I think US Mobile is a better value, especially with their $10 2 gig plan. Way more data, lower price. Back to Page Plus. They've got a $30 plan with are you kidding me? 3 gigabytes of 4G LTE. Well, if you wanted 3 gigs, I mean, you can get 5 gigs for $15. That's more data for half the price. Same thing with the $40 plan, only 8 gigs. I mean, at this point, you can get 70 gigs from US Mobile. And then fully unlimited for $55. I mean, we just saw Visible offering fully unlimited for $19 a month. Or Visible Plus giving you priority data for $29 a month. So it's going to be cheaper than Verizon postpaid for a single line. But I don't think these plans are that good. And this kind of extends to Simple Mobile as well and H2O. Simple Mobile, we'll show them quickly. I mean, it's not horrible. I think Simple Mobile is a little bit better, but it's just not, like, if you're looking for the best value, where do you get that? Typically not from those plans. And part of the reason, I think, is because these plans pay the dealers a commission for selling them. And that's totally fine. I want the dealers to make money. But for you, ultimately, the consumer, it's kind of expensive. So these are a little bit better. 3 gigs for $25. I mean, that's actually kind of awful because you can get 70 gigs for $25 from US Mobile or truly unlimited from Visible. That's actually the way to do it on the Verizon network. Like, boom. 5 gigs for 30, also pretty bad. 15 for 40, also pretty bad. Truly unlimited for 50, not crazy. And the same thing for 60. It's not crazy, but yeah, they're better options. Visible, US Mobile. H2O is on AT&T. And we'll just go through a couple of the plans here. I think you know the answer to all of this. Looks like it's, well, let's just go to the plans. Unlimited data plans. $20 for 3 gigs, $30 for 10 gigs, $40 for 20 gigs, $50 for unlimited, $60 for extra unlimited. Again, not bad. They do support a multi-line discount, but when it comes to getting the best value on the AT&T network, which is what H2O uses, I think you want to look at US Mobile. I think all of these by the gig plans are a phenomenal value. More importantly, I think their unlimited starter plan is an incredible value. Truly unlimited, uncapped data on the AT&T network with 20 gigs of hotspot for $25 per month. I mean, that's less than almost all of H2O's plans and gives you way more data. Ultra Mobile is also decent, but I think Mint Mobile is a better value, right? Just Mint Mobile. Mint does not include a lot of the international features that Ultra includes, but most people don't need those, and Mint's prices are better. Ultra's not bad, though. They do offer some pretty good annual discounts, and the data it's not crazy, I guess. I'm just looking at these now. Ultra Unlimited. So this is truly unlimited with 10 gigs of hotspot. Kind of expensive. You can probably do better than that. $35. Yeah, it's just more expensive. And it's because they include, I think, a lot of the international calling features. So yeah, unlimited talk to 90 international destinations. If you need international calling, sure, you could consider this. But I think Mint is going to be a way, way better value. Or even US Mobile. I think with their, where did that tab go? I mean, if you're going to pay annually, the unlimited premium plan from US Mobile on that Lightspeed network for $32.50, killer deal. I think I have that. Yeah, right here. This is the one that, I mean, the annual option's right here. $33 a month, $32.50. You're getting the unlimited high-speed data, 50 gigs of hotspot. I mean, that's more than what Ultra was offering with their 10 or 25 gigs of hotspot. And 720p video. And you're also getting great international features, international texting, and free international calling to over 200 countries. That's actually insane, as well as that free roaming we covered earlier. So, Walter, it's not that they are bad plans. It just so happens that there are way better plans out there. Maybe by definition that does make them bad plans, but there you go. I hope that's helpful. Taylor, thank you so much for your generosity and support. Stetson, assuming coverage isn't a deal breaker between the AT&T Premium and T-Mobile's Experience More and Beyond, which do you think is the best postpaid plan? Sounds like you're specifically asking between AT&T and T-Mobile. It's going to be T-Mobile, and I'll walk you through exactly why that is. So if we pull this up, we can actually do a quick comparison here. AT&T Premium, that's actually not going to show up. We got to do AT&T Unlimited Premium, PL. Wait for it. It's thinking, it's cooking. Bam. All right. Let's snag this one. And then let's do Experience Beyond. I mean, technically Experience More is, I think, a better value, but for the sake of comparing the best of the best, well, we'll add it in there. Yeah. Boom. Compare plans now. I think it's going to be T-Mobile mostly because of the included perks and the way T-Mobile handles device upgrades. With AT&T, you're locked in for 3 years. T-Mobile, you can upgrade either every year on Experience Beyond or every 2 years on Experience More. And that is something that I personally love, along with the included perks and features. So let's take a look here. Once these load up. So close. Boom. Feature-wise, what are we looking at? Well, price, T-Mobile Experience More, probably very similar in price to AT&T Unlimited Premium PL after all taxes and fees. So we'll call those the same price. Both give you unlimited priority data. You're getting 60 gigs of hotspot on T-Mobile and 60 gigs on AT&T. Both give you 4K video streaming. T-Mobile is giving you free international texting, so is AT&T. Calls are both $15 add-ons for each, which is kind of interesting. T-Mobile gives you 15 gigs in Canada and Mexico per month. AT&T, to its credit, gives you unlimited in Canada and Mexico per month. But when it comes to international roaming, T-Mobile is the winner here, in my opinion. 5 gigs free in over 215 destinations. AT&T is $12 per day. Now, the benefit of AT&T, like I talked about earlier in this live stream, you get truly unlimited high-speed data for the $12 per day. So not terrible. But let's scroll down and go to perks, right? AT&T is basically giving you Active Armor, which is spam and call blocking. Okay, great. T-Mobile also offers that with their Scam Shield. And that's really it. You can get a discount through their signature program. Other than that, that's it. Those are the only discounts and perks that AT&T offers. T-Mobile, you're getting Netflix Standard with ads. You're getting Apple TV Plus. You're getting full flight texting and Wi-Fi with streaming where available. Guys, I kid you not, I flew back to Massachusetts for my cousin's wedding. I was on Wi-Fi the whole flight pretty much, courtesy of T-Mobile. It was awesome. That perk is nothing to sneeze at. That's $8 a flight otherwise. So I get a lot of value out of that perk. You're also getting a 1-year AAA membership. You know, pros and cons to that, I guess. And that's basically it for this plan, but really good value and perks in my opinion, because I enjoy and use all of these perks, Netflix and Apple TV. And most importantly, T-Mobile lets you upgrade your device every 2 years for completely free with their phone trade-in deals, whereas AT&T only lets you upgrade every 3 years. Now, you could upgrade earlier with their AT&T, what is it, AT&T Next? AT&T Next Up? Next Up Anytime? But this is an additional cost for your, to be able to do this. So I'm trying to see where the actual cost, here we go. AT&T Next Up is going to be an extra $6 a month. And then Next Up Anytime is an extra $10 a month. T-Mobile just lets you upgrade every 2 years. In my opinion, that's a better value. Also worth noting, back to the comparison. If you wanted to upgrade every single year, then you can get T-Mobile Experience Beyond. And from a feature perspective, I mean, this plan really is the best. It upgrades the hotspot, so it's the same unlimited priority, upgrades the hotspot to 250 gigabytes of high-speed hotspot data, which is absolutely insane. 4K video streaming, really nice to see. Gives you 30 gigs in Canada and Mexico, double what the Experience More plan gives you, and then triples your international data to 15 gigs. Really nice to see, and you can upgrade your phone every year, and that's basically free with T-Mobile's $800 or $1,000 off promotions, depending on the time of year and what plans are available. So, look, if I were to choose one, it would be T-Mobile. Do they give you extra perks? Oh, yeah, they also load up with perks. I mean, this is actually really nice. You also get discounted watch and tablet lines, $5 each. That is a really good value. If you have a watch or tablet, this plan basically pays for itself, and you also get Hulu with ads. So, yeah, I think, Taylor, to answer your question, my personal pick would be T-Mobile Experience Beyond. Although, am I delusional? Am I crazy? What does the chat say? Tommy Shields is advocating for Next Step Anytime. And that, you know what, Tommy, I'll give you credit. This is actually a very good point. With Next Step Anytime, I mean, I think the combination of the two would be a little bit more expensive than T-Mobile Experience More, but it would be cheaper than Experience Beyond, and it lets you upgrade basically anytime you want to. And that is a nice perk to have. For Next Step Anytime, you can upgrade every year when 1/3 of the device is paid off. I mean, that's a little tricky though, Tommy, because wait, think about this. With AT&T Next Up, you can upgrade after 18 months. So when 50% of your device is paid off. With Next Up Anytime, you still have to wait a full year because you can upgrade every year when 1/3 of your device is paid off, but your device, because of the 36-month financing agreement, it's only going to be paid off after 12 months. So you're paying extra to be able to upgrade every year. Still would be cheaper than T-Mobile, but I don't think it's that different. Plus, the phone is always locked to AT&T, so no real advantages in my mind. And that would put AT&T's plan at $96 a month. And I think with all the perks that T-Mobile gives you, in my opinion, it'd be a better value. That's my take. I would go T-Mobile. Tommy replying to someone, T-Mobile is cheaper for 3 lines. I agree. You're absolutely right. Blaze Bullet, I skipped yours. Boom. Forgive me for skipping yours. Blaze Bullet, we got you. Verizon's Get More plan recently dropped Play Pass and Apple Arcade, and I'm concerned they might remove other perks over time. Would US Mobile be better? Blaze Bullet, I think this comes down to one simple question. How many lines do you have? If you have one line, it's just you, I actually wouldn't go with US Mobile. I think US Mobile has a great experience, and they're a good value on the Verizon network. I think the best value right now on Verizon is going to be Visible. I think Visible's plans, not only are they feature packed, they're a phenomenal value right now, especially with their current promotion that they're running. So I would encourage you to consider Visible if you want Verizon coverage. Now, if you want AT&T coverage or T-Mobile coverage, then I would look at US Mobile. US Mobile's plans are really, really good on the AT&T network, especially with their unlimited starter plan, which is uncapped on Darkstar AT&T, or unlimited premium for $35 a month with code FULLSPEED on the AT&T network as well. So yeah, really, if it's one line, I would probably switch. If you have multiple lines, Verizon's not necessarily a bad value because you do get those phone trade-in deals. That's what I would say. Let me know if you have any follow-up questions on that. All right, what else we got cooking in the chat? Marco's saying, I like T-Mobile Experience Beyond. It has a lot of stuff. It does have a lot of stuff. It also has a higher price tag. I think you could get US Mobile or Mint. I mean, you could definitely get Mint with their promotion. You could get Mint and all of the perks that T-Mobile offers for less than the cost of T-Mobile. T-Mobile's real advantage is for families. That's what I would say. Joys of the San Joaquin Valley. Stetson, what about Xfinity Mobile, Charter Mobile, Spectrum Mobile, Cox Mobile plans from the big cable ISPs? I think those plans they're good. They're good, but not great. It's kind of a similar story, right? Like if we take, actually, I was going to try and use the carrier websites, but their websites are not so good for that. So if we take Xfinity Mobile, right? And I'll just do this off the cuff. Xfinity Mobile Unlimited, $40 a month for 30 gigs on Verizon. Not necessarily a bad plan, but then you look at Visible and you're like, all right, I'm getting truly unlimited for $29 with unlimited hotspot data. This is tough to beat. I mean, even the $25 or $19 for the Visible base plan, superb value. Back to, oops, sorry about that. Back to Xfinity. Yeah, like it's okay. And I do think Xfinity gives this to you for free, excuse me, if you sign up for their internet. And if you sign up for the internet and you get a bundle deal, awesome. For Xfinity Mobile's unlimited premium plan, again, not necessarily a bad deal. It is truly unlimited. The first 100 gigs is priority data. You're getting 30 gigs of hotspot data, 4K video streaming. It's not a bad plan. At the same time, it's $50 plus tax. You look at Visible Plus, you're getting almost all the same features, $29, taxes and fees included, or $35, which is still less. So if you want to bundle with your home internet, nothing wrong with it, but I do think you can get better value plans from some of the other providers. That's what I would say. Mystic Q, why is Visible yearly more than their new monthly deal? That's just how promos work, I guess. Yeah, pay annually, pay monthly. It's just the way it is. It's kind of funny that you say that. The monthly plans are where it's at, that's for sure. Omar, hi Stetson, I'm currently with Total for $25. That is a great deal. That is a great deal. On YouTube, they provide 1080p streaming. I need to switch to US Mobile due to the better international coverage, but it seems like they don't support 1080p. That is correct. So on my US Mobile line, let me see if I can show you. Wow, I have low battery, 16%. The speeds are going to be capped at 4 megabits per second, I believe. So I have really horrible service sometimes here. Let's see if this works. Fast.com. So this is how you tell your video speed cap, is to go to fast.com. And you can see I'm on US Mobile. I'm getting 2 megabits per second. US Mobile does offer, so that's about 480p, 2 megabits per second. They do offer a, what do they call it? A toggle to enable higher quality streaming. And that'll bump you up to 720p or about 4 megabits per second. But unfortunately, they do not include 1080p out of the box. If you want 1080p, Omar, the good news is you can bypass that by using a VPN. So stream 4K with VPN. Let me see if that comes up. Nope, didn't work. Bypass video streaming quality. Here we go. So I got a video on the channel, and it's how to bypass 480p streaming limits on any cell phone plan. And this will allow you to stream 4K quality simply by using a VPN. Now, it doesn't matter what VPN you use. Some will work a little bit better than others. I demoed Surfshark in the video because I'm an affiliate of them, but feel free to do some research, find out what you want. And getting a VPN will enable full 4K streaming. And I'll just, I guess, preview the video quickly. Before, you can see that the speeds are getting capped around that 1.5 to 2 megabit per second range. I go and I turn on, I think I go and turn on Surfshark. Let's see. Yeah, so just demoing that cap again. And then I go to Surfshark here and I turn it on. And when I go back to fast.com, instead of getting 1.9 megabits per second, you can see it goes well above that speed cap, full speed, uncapped data, and you can now stream 4K content. So this video will show you how to do it. And I hope that's helpful. Lord Reset Data Waster Mode. That is, yeah, that's what it's called. Andrew is saying VPN gets around it. Surfshark is a good one. That's great to hear because as an affiliate of them, I hope people sign up. But no, see what VPN works for you, and go with that. Although Ruby Red is saying Xfinity Mobile's premium limited plan has native 4K streaming on LTE. So that's actually, it's not a bad value. It's not a bad value. Gus R. Hey there, I have 5 lines and 2 watches on AT&T. I've grandfathered into their elite plan from a few years ago. I pay about $415 a month. I owe about half of the payoff amounts on 4 iPhone 15s. That is expensive. Gus, is there a follow-up? Here we go. Is there any alternative out there to get me out of the situation with AT&T and make it cheaper? So kind of yes and no. Let's go to the first situation here, Gus. So, and thank you, Voodoo1013, for the super sticker. I appreciate you. All right, to answer your question, Gus, 5 lines and 2 watches. I mean, number one, I would consider canceling the watches, but you're kind of in a pickle, right? Because the devices are financed. And the only way out of a financed agreement is to pay off the phone. That could incur a very expensive upfront fee. Anyway, $415 divided by, I'm going to say it's 5 lines. $83 is the average per line. If we subtract maybe $30 for the phone, you're at $50 a line. It's still expensive. I would say, Gus, if you can stomach paying off the phones, I mean, I can give you some options. Here's what I would say. Number one, if you're with AT&T, it turns out they are actually one of the most affordable options, even for 5 lines, because of the phone trade-in deals. So consider sticking with them and doing the phone trade-in deals. It shouldn't be that expensive at the end of the day. It's actually probably what I would recommend for 5 lines, because if you do the math out, it ends up being more affordable. Number 2, if you are on AT&T, it sounds like you're on Elite. You might dislike this, Gus, but I would suggest you consider downgrading to AT&T Unlimited Starter. Now, it's not going to be for everyone, and maybe you don't have to do this for all lines, but if you're trying to knock your price down a little bit, I think it might not be a bad option to consider. So with Unlimited Starter, I wish, select this plan. Why would they do this? 5 lines, it's going to be $31 per line per month. I mean, that alone, right? 31 times 5, $155. I mean, I think that'll significantly lower your bill. I mean, just looking at the price difference, let's say it lowers your bill by $15 per line per month. 15 times 5 lines, $75 per month in savings. Not a bad place to start. Even if you keep 1 line on AT&T Unlimited Premium PL or the legacy plan that you have, Elite, to lock in that HBO Max promo or whatever, you could likely downgrade the other lines to help you save some money. And the best part is Unlimited Starter is still eligible for all of AT&T's best deals. So that's the new Z Flip on them, the 16 Pro on us. So you shouldn't have to worry about your financing deals changing. The other option, if you could potentially stomach paying off all of the phones, you may consider Cricket Wireless. You can do 5 lines on Cricket. I'd probably opt for either the Smart Unlimited or the Supreme Unlimited. It's still expensive, $160 a month, but I'm sorry, I'm an existing customer on AT&T with 4 lines, and this is like what I'm paying. So, and this is a better plan. I might have to look into this myself. Anyway, Gus, if you can stomach paying off the phones, you could immediately switch to Cricket and $160 flat, right? And you can also add 2 watches. You can add watches on Cricket. If you go to plans, smartwatch plans, those are just $10 extra per month. So if everything's paid off and unlocked, you're looking at $180 a month on Cricket when it's all said and done. The challenging thing is it's hard to compare with the phone financing deals, factored into that, right? So 4 iPhone 15s, I'm assuming that's $30 a month times, I guess 4, $120 extra. So I'm curious what you guys would do. Oh yeah, Andrew is saying cancel insurance. Yeah, check your bill. See what's on your bill, Gus, and cancel insurance. Cancel everything you don't need. If you can stomach paying off the devices, I mean, that'll instantly lower the bill on a per month basis. And then you could you might have a more accurate comparison of AT&T versus Cricket. I don't think AT&T will be that different from Cricket. And more importantly, AT&T does give you those device trade-in deals. Those are helpful. I mean, when you go to upgrade in 3 years, you should be getting free phones, right? I guess they're not really showing their iPhone deal right now, but boom, here we go. Samsung Galaxy S25 Ultra, $1,000 off. You should be able to get this for every iPhone that you go to purchase. So I hope that's helpful. Dang, no insurance, sadly. Just a crazy monthly bill. Yeah. It's probably the taxes, fees. I mean, how much are the watch lines? Super golden shorts. Go with US Mobile for cheap AT&T coverage and best experience. I think that is a good option. It's a little tricky, though. I mean, with US Mobile, you could do unlimited starter, 5 lines of unlimited starter, right? Let me pull that up for you. You could do 5 lines of unlimited starter, and that would be $125 a month. But you won't get native support for those watch lines. You'd have to add the watch lines separately, and they would be on the Verizon network, and they'd be $9.50 a month. They get their own number. It'd be a little bit more of a hassle. So, yeah, I would say, I mean, Gus, yeah, thank you. You're welcome. I hope this is at least somewhat helpful. I think you may want to just run the numbers. Like if I'm in your shoes, here's what I'm doing. Number one, I'm looking at the bill. I'm looking at specifically 2 things: the cost of the plan itself and the cost of the devices. Ignore the cost of the devices, focus on the cost of the plan, and use that to help evaluate what options are going to be more affordable for you personally. If you're able to knock some of those lines down to unlimited starter, I think that can make a big difference and potentially help save about $15 per line per month. If you do the math out and somehow Cricket is more affordable, I think they could be a good option to look at, especially because they support the watch lines natively. You know, most affordable is going to be that Select Unlimited. Smart Unlimited is probably going to be your most economical and best balance of price and features. Supreme is going to basically give you the same experience on AT&T that you have now. If you're open to a little bit more finesse and finagling, then I think basically if you don't need the watch lines, then you can totally rock with US Mobile, 5 lines, unlimited starter, $125 a month. I mean, that's going to be really hard to beat. But, I mean, again, if you do the math out, if you factor in the phone financing deals with AT&T, usually from my math, it isn't too bad. And I think I can pull that up for you in just a second here. Mima says, hi, Stetson. Hi, Mima. What's up? Ha! Okay, Andrew Cause actually doing the big brain move here. He's suggesting do the keep and switch with T-Mobile. This is where, should we pull that up? Here we go. T-Mobile keep and switch. We've made it easier than ever to make the switch to T-Mobile. When you switch to T-Mobile from an eligible carrier, we'll reimburse your previous carrier's remaining device balance up to $800 per line via virtual prepaid MasterCards, max of 4 per account. When you activate a new voice line, port your number to a new line and submit your proof for eligible device financing. So it would seem T-Mobile keep and switch would likely allow you to keep your phones and they would pay them off, but the requirements, so they're giving you prepaid MasterCards, but when are they giving you the prepaid MasterCards? That's the question. Bring an eligible phone, redemption process, within 30 days of the qualifying transaction. I mean, this sounds like a lot of steps, not going to lie, to get this deal. PDF of most recent and or device finding details page for each selected phone number, accepted image formats, click submit. After submitting the reimbursement, you should know within 3 days if your submission was successful. Allow 15 days after meeting all requirements to receive your reimbursement. Reimbursements generally take 15 days after the submission is approved and the trade-in per line is received. I mean, like, maybe. What the thing is, like, you're getting virtual prepaid MasterCards, and it sounds like those expire after 6 months. So you have to spend them. No cash access and expires in 6 months. Like, what are you gonna spend that money on, right? I guess if you could you use it for your T-Mobile bill? So I don't know. I'd be skeptical. Dang, Max, did you do this? Have you gone through this process? I'm curious what it's like. And it looks like Max is clarifying that you pay the phones off first and then they get unlocked. Yeah, so for this process, you would want to, I guess, screenshot all of the financing deals or financing that you have, then pay off the phones from T-Mobile, from AT&T, then get AT&T to unlock your phones. Then you're going to have to port to T-Mobile, and then T-Mobile will reimburse you after 15 days. CWM is saying is 15 days. And then I think it sometimes takes some time to go through. Andrew's saying, yep, you just download your latest bill. Okay, that might not actually be that bad. But anyway, to the original poster, Gus, I hope that's helpful. I'm curious what you end up doing. Definitely a few different options. It's worth doing the math out to see what is best. All right, we got Chief Crazy Beard in the house. Welcome. For anyone overpaying on Verizon, call and complain. It might work. I have 7 lines on my account. Got it down from 500 to 300 after tax. That's crazy. That is absolutely insane. That's over $2,000 per year you just saved on your telco bill. And 7, what is 300 lines divided by 7? $42.85 per line. Honestly, not bad for postpaid Verizon. Chief Crazy Beard, appreciate you for spreading the word, giving the advice. Max is saying you can transfer the money from the prepaid cards to a bank account. Dang, Max with the moves here. That's insane. Wow. Nino is saying buy your phone outright unlocked and avoid the headaches later. I completely agree with that. Flat 6 boosted. Stetson, appreciate you. Have an active Project Genesis hotspot plan with an unlocked Moto hotspot. How long will Project Genesis exist? Suggestions for another provider at roughly the same $20 a month. Flat 6 boosted. I think the intention is for Project Genesis to stick around for a while, I don't think they're going to cancel those lines, right? They need all the customers and money they can get right now. So I honestly wouldn't worry about it. I still have my Project Genesis Moto phone. It's chilling over there. I got it unlocked finally after spending far too long contacting support. But yeah, the truth is you're not going to find anything better for $20 a month. That's the truth of it. Wow, you guys are so good at this. Sorry, Tommy Shields. If you do the keep and switch at a Costco, you also get a $100 Costco shop card for each line, up to 4. That is up to $400 of Costco shop cards. That is absolutely insane. Wow. Max is saying someone I know had their Project Genesis line automatically migrated to Boost Mobile. Same postpaid billing and plan as before. Yeah, so I think they will likely keep the plans in service. Wouldn't worry too much about it. James is saying, doesn't AT&T automatically offer a loyalty when you want to cancel? That is interesting. Maybe I should try that. I know Verizon. So if you got your Verizon port out pin, which I actually have a video and article on how to do, if you generated your number transfer pin, Verizon would pretty much automatically offer you like $10 off a month for at least 12 months. And I can show you that article right here if you're curious. It's actually really easy on Verizon. It's a special code. I think it's pound port. Yeah. I wrote a summary. Fabulous. Dial pound port, which is pound 7678. Tap the link in the automated message. Tap generate pin. And then you'll get your Verizon transfer pin and account number. Your pin is valid for 7 days after it is created. I will say, if you have the Verizon app or the My Verizon app, as it's properly called, downloaded on your phone, then this should likely open in the app. And I believe that is where you will see the offer to get a discount or that loyalty offer. Sometimes you might get it in an email, but just something to keep in mind. Andrew is saying, what is the best 4-line unlimited priority plant? I'm assuming you mean plan there, Andrew. If I were in your shoes and I was looking for unlimited priority, I mean, you've got some really good options. I think the best one. So let me go through the options with you right now. Boom. Cricket unlimited priority is going to be that Supreme Unlimited plan, $40 a line. I mean, we can just do the full price, $60 a month. Visible. I mean, this is really hard to beat right now. $29 per line per month for truly unlimited on Verizon. 4 lines, that's going to be $116. I would go with Visible over Cricket. We also have Total Wireless. Their plan is, we're looking to beat, what was it, $120 a month? 4 lines. Oh, they make my life difficult. You could do the Total 5G Plus Unlimited. That would also be a very good option. Personally, oh, and you get Disney Plus Premium included. I might cave and get this because I'm a big Disney Plus sucker. I like my streaming services. What can I say? Andrew says, I have Visible Plus right now, trying to get my family to switch. This is another very good option for 4 lines. That would also be $120. I think Visible has a better app and experience, but from a value perspective, Total is definitely worth looking at. AT&T wise, I mean, yeah, it's tricky. Cricket's probably, oh yeah, Cricket, we already covered. T-Mobile, there's really nothing that offers priority data on T-Mobile that supports multiple lines. I would say the best value is going to be US Mobile Unlimited Starter, I think for $25 a month. You could do, I guess, Metro. Again, it's not priority, but if you have 4 lines, $120 a month, 8 gigs hotspot, it's not bad. This one's not bad. The $140 a month isn't bad because you get Amazon Prime included. 140 divided by 4, $35 per line per month. I think Visible or Total is probably the #1 best, if I'm being honest with you, Andrew. I think that's my answer. Tommy Shields, thank you so much for your generosity and your support. Will you do a video testing T-Mobile plus Starlink? I guess so. I don't know. I haven't planned it yet. I've got so many videos in the backlog that I gotta make. Andrew is saying the Visible app is so slow, but it is still better than Total Wireless. That's what I would say. William Patterson, for a single line, what are your thoughts on Boost Mobile's $25 plan? It's okay. If you live in an area with native Boost coverage, this plan actually got some upgrades. Let me show you. And then we're almost at the 2-hour mark, so I'll have to bid my farewell soon, but we'll answer a couple more questions. Total app is so bad. Yeah, I think the Visible app is slow, but better than Total. That's what I would say. All right, William, back to you. Boost Mobile's $25 plan recently got some upgrades. So if you take a look, the $25 plan, it is listed and advertised as including 30 gigs of high-speed data before unlimited at 512, deprioritized, and 480p video streaming. I'm here to tell you it has 2 key upgrades if you activate in an area with native Dish coverage or Boost Mobile coverage, whatever they call their network. If you activate in an area with native Boost coverage, instead of 30 gigabytes, you get truly unlimited high-speed data. And when you're roaming, you're off network, you're roaming on AT&T or T-Mobile, that's where the 30 gigabytes will come into play. So it's effectively truly unlimited on Dish, and then 30 gigabytes of roaming on AT&T or T-Mobile. Second big upgrade, 480p video streaming. This is now full 4K streaming regardless of what network you're on. I've tried it, native Dish, it's always 4K. And when I last tested it, AT&T and T-Mobile, even on roaming, it'll give you full 4K streaming. So I think that is, it's not bad. The biggest caveat for me is hotspot as an add-on, and I'm pretty disappointed by that. I think that takes away from the plan. If you're looking to get more features at a better price, I do think that Visible is a fierce contender with their Visible Plus plan. I mean, let me just pull that up. Like, what do you get with Visible Plus that makes it so good? A lot of things. I guess these all count. Visible Plus. Number one, taxes and fees included, unlimited high speed, unlimited priority, unlimited hotspot at 10 megabits per second. That is awesome. 1080p video streaming when you're on 5G ultra wideband, 720p on regular 5G or LTE. I still think that's incredible. You can add a watch if you want to, and then you get some decent international options. So I think this is a little bit better. I mean, US Mobile's unlimited starter plan is also a fierce contender. On the Dark Star network, again, AT&T, that's where you're getting, it is deprioritized, but it is truly unlimited high-speed data, 20 gigs of included hotspot versus hotspot being an add-on, 720p video, and then some options for purchasing international roaming as well. So it's, honestly, Boost Mobile is a decent plan. It might be possible to find some other plans that are a bit better of a value. Mint Mobile Unlimited is another one, right? Especially with their current promo where it's $15 a month. $15 a month for your first year. I mean, that's just insane. Truly unlimited, 10 gigs of hotspot included. Love to see that. 480p video, you know, not awesome, but you can bypass that with a VPN. And yeah, so yeah, I mean, I guess Boost, it's okay. If you activate in an area with native coverage and you get the truly unlimited high speed and the 4K streaming, it's okay. It's not too bad. It's not too bad. You might be wondering, how do you tell where there's native Boost Mobile coverage? Well, you can use the Coverage Map website or mobile app. And if you go to the map, and we're just going to go to Boost Mobile, boom. This is where they offer native service. If you're in one of these colored splotches, then you're going to get that truly unlimited high-speed data and that 4K video streaming. So I hope that's helpful. 07. Hi from Colorado, Stetson. Hello. Are you also baking in this heat that we have going on right now? Have you tried T-Satellite, and is it worth switching from Verizon to T-Mobile? I have not tried T-Satellite yet. I don't think it is worth switching. If you are interested in trying T-Satellite, I would say keep your current Verizon plan, and I think you can just buy it for like $10 extra a month. T-Satellite is here. Again, I want to emphasize this is just for messaging, okay? It is tricky. You can also add it for $10 per month per line on a qualifying plan. Don't really want to log into T-Mobile right now. Sorry about that. I think you can add it if you're not a T-Mobile customer, or maybe they let you do that before and they've changed it now, but yeah, I would consider, see if you can try it as a Verizon customer, because you definitely could during the beta period. I haven't tried it though. I'm kind of doubtful it's actually worth it. You know, I would just use the Apple's built-in satellite messaging service, if that makes sense. Max is saying T-Satellite data will be launching in October, I think. Get ready for high latencies, everybody. Yeah, 07, I sure am. Yeah, it's hot. It's cooking. All right, we're baking here. We are baking here. Ruby Red, like Shark, IMO, not much other reason to sign up for Boost than to get native Dish. Yeah, there are better options available otherwise. I kind of agree with that. It is fun to test out the new network, and there's a big pro. No one is on it, so speeds are quite fast. I can kind of show you the Longmont area if you guys are curious. So, and some other parts of Colorado as well. I've been driving around. So if we go to the speed test map here, and we're just gonna pop on over to Boost Mobile. So Boost. I mean, this is it. I've been driving around. I was just in Lafayette and Louisville yesterday. I mean, you can see pretty fast speeds, right? Like 200, 329, 366, 105. Like, that's not terrible. This area is pretty terrible, but what was that? Lafayette, not terrible. Boulder, actually pretty respectable. 507, 396, 463, right? Like, it's putting down some speeds in some places. This is slow, but usable. 1,163. I don't know what happened there. There's no way that's right. 891. Was it roaming? That's insane. But the latency's got to be not that bad. Yeah, I think it was native. That's crazy. Anyway, Longmont's also got some fast speeds. What we got here? 300, 400, 100, 200. I mean, no one's on it, right? It's empty. So the speeds are sometimes quite good, and it's fun to test out and explore. But yeah, I think you can likely find a better plan for the money. Would be my take. Mima, I missed a message apparently. Sorry for the spam, didn't mean to. Oh, here we go. Love your vids. My company provides a monthly phone service allowance of $60. I want to make the most of this allowance by getting a new iPhone. In this case, would Boost Infinite plan be the play? Yeah, Mima, honestly, I do think when you combine the cost of the phone and the service, especially for one line, I think Boost Infinite's it's not a bad deal, right? Boost Mobile, that Infinite Access plan. I mean, you'll hook yourself up $65 a month for pretty much any new iPhone 16, or if you're an Android user, the Galaxy Z series. I don't know why. I think they do include, yeah. So it's $800 off the S25 Edge, $800 off an S25 Plus, $800 off the S25. So this one would be free. Ultra, you kind of get a little wrecked. $800 off the Ultra only. But iPhone users, you get smashing deals, $1,000 off across the board. That's a free Pro. That's a free 16 or even a free 16 Plus, your choice. So yeah, I think that's probably, the easy solution, because your company is going to cover $60. So you're paying for an iPhone, maybe $7 a month for a brand new phone in the plan. If you're getting a Galaxy, it's probably $13 to $20 a month. That's pretty good. You could potentially do, like, it's cheaper technically to go to Visible and do like Visible Plus and then finance their phone through Affirm or whatever. But because this might be a separate bill from Affirm, I don't know. I haven't tried it. I don't know if your company would reimburse that, right? Like if they're only reimbursing the service part and they wouldn't cover the phone part, then yeah, go Boost. I would go Boost all the way. Everything is bundled into that price. Makes it easy. Makes it easy. So I hope that's helpful. Ha! Tommy Shields, have you given any more thought to switching to Android for a month as a video? Tommy, I have. As a matter of fact, I have. I've been using iOS 26 on the old test phone here. It's actually a pretty new phone. It's the iPhone 15 Pro. And I'm going to be honest, I strongly dislike it. Unfortunately, for me. For everyone else, you might love it, and that's great. I strongly dislike it. Yeah, I originally used the Pixel a while ago. I think I can do it for 30 days, right? I'm not dating anyone or trying to message people, so it wouldn't inconvenience too many people. So, yeah. And the new Pixel 10 comes out, right? So I could just buy that, business expense it, use it for 30 days, make a video. Could be good. Could be good. I'll think about it. Yeah, no, I'm in a real predicament. All right, we're at the end of the stream pretty much, so I'll chill and chat with you guys for a little bit longer. But I would say that, look, when iOS 26 comes out, I have three options. One, I can get over myself, accept it, and use it. To be determined. I love the animations. I love parts about it, but this isn't it. I don't like it. Number 2, this is the sneaky thing. I could keep my iPhone 16 Pro, upgrade it to the latest iOS 18 release, and then never upgrade it again. I know all of you tech nerds out there are screaming because whenever my friends say that, I scream a little bit on the inside. Like, no, update your phone. It makes it so much better. You get so many new features. And I would miss out on all the new features, but I wouldn't have to deal with the design. And I'm a big fan of the OG iOS 18. I think I really like the look. Or, Tommy, as you mentioned, I could switch to Android. I think I could do it probably for a month. We'll see. Tommy's stoked. Let's go. Tommy, my question for you. What phone are you using right now? Agree to disagree. Android is on the rise. I respect it. Does Google Pixel have a desktop mode that I didn't know about? Does Google Pixel have desktop mode? What? Guys, check this out. This is crazy. This is the first time I'm hearing about this. 250610. Oh my gosh. Android 16 desktop mode. A little broken, but the start of something good. Oh my goodness. Genuinely, I think this would be a game changer. I know Samsung has had this for eons with Samsung DeX, but I mean, just having your laptop and your phone be one device, that could be huge. That could be huge. This looks really nice. So we got a gallery here. I'll zoom in so you guys can see this. I mean, it looks like window management. It looks like Windows. New window. Nice. Looks awesome. I'm sure these are unoptimized beyond belief. So realistically, you can use it for like maybe web browsing and email, but that's what most people do anyway. That's cool. That is really cool. And window resizing? Wow, I'm impressed. I mean, I'll be sad, right? Because I love getting things like Raycast installed and doing a bunch of keyboard shortcuts. But man, for Slack, for email, messaging, I'm impressed. I am impressed. And then you can enable, wait, I have a Pixel 9 Pro. I could do that. That's super cool. That is super cool. Reddit. This person says, I've used it a few times, but it is no Samsung DeX. Last time I used it, it was to test the TV's HDMI as it was working. I didn't really use it more than that. It has potential, but it's a long way off. I used a similar setup years ago when I had the OnePlus 8 Pro. I used to play Android games over HDMI with a controller, and it was quite cool. That is cool. This is probably more of a gaming-focused post. Maybe not, but anyway, that is very cool. I think I could do it for a month. I might do it for a month. I'm not committing to anything. I lose my 1v1s. It's so nice to have. I sold my laptop because of Samsung DeX. Powerful. My question for you is like, how do you get work done on the go though? That's the thing. You need, I'm pointing to my monitor. You need a monitor and you need your keyboard and your mouse, right? Like, I feel like I would still want a laptop to get real work done on the go. But if you could just plug it into like a display, that's cool. Boy, quick. What's the issue with iOS 26? The issue is iOS 26. It's the liquid glass. I'm really not a fan. It's not my vibe. It's not my thing. I'm not into it. I think realistically I'll get over myself and I'll update, but until then. Voodoo 1013. Honestly, switch to your S25 Ultra and customize it with a good lock. You'll never look back. The one-hand operation plus alone is just unbelievable. It's true. Swipe to go back on Android is incredible. It is incredible. Bill Castle, you can turn liquid glass off. I haven't seen it turned off the way that I'm looking for just yet, but maybe you're right. Maybe the accessibilities. A next dock. Yeah, that'd be pretty cool. All right, I'm getting tired, so I'm going to call this. Thank you guys for tuning in for a wonderful live stream. Awesome chatting with you. And, oh wait, Joys of the San Joaquin Valley. Have you heard of the Clicks keyboard case? You might be interested in this. Your phone is better with buttons. I mean, it's kind of doing the opposite of what you suggest, where you're giving up the bottom of your phone space for a keyboard. Instead, this adds space to your phone and adds a keyboard. But it might not be a bad option. It's at least backed or made in partnership with Mr. Mobile, and I think it's cool. Clicks for iPhone. I don't think this product is for me, and it's quite expensive at $140 or $160 if you're a Pro Max user or Plus user, but I think it could be really cool. So the Z Fold 7. I would love to try the Z Fold 7. Anthony, started 2 hours ago. How do you do it, man? I don't know, Anthony. I don't know. I just love it, and I do ramble. Hudson K, thanks for discussing phone plans. Hudson, I think we're going to end it there. Thank you all for tuning in to a wonderful live stream on this amazing Monday. Stay tuned to the channel as I make and publish more videos. Also, side note, while we're here, I did create a new YouTube channel, which is shocking. It's called Stetson Dog at Clips, and it has clips from the live streams. So I've got, it looks like 5 videos published now. If you're interested in subscribing, it's just at Stetson Clips. And it's shorter segments from the live stream that are hopefully more digestible and just give you the highlights. So I hope you enjoy it. And if you do, great. And if you don't, that's okay too. All right. As Tommy says, like and subscribe. All right. Take care, everyone.